Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new 2K26 gameplay Courtside Report that dropped today, talking about all the new features and new things to 2K26 gameplay here in NBA 2K25 or NBA 2K26 My Team. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And I'll be honest, I am legitimately interested in this blog because this is obviously a big deal in terms of how the game's going to be going at all here in the next year or so. And I'm really excited to see what this looks like. So we're going to start with the actual Courtside Report video. Holy crap, that's loud. I don't want to listen to it, to be totally honest. And so I'm not going to, unless there's actual, like, something to actually listen to. But we're going to go ahead and go through and watch this first. And then we will, after that, go through the specifics. But I mean, okay, let's be totally honest. Is this actually going to be interesting? I guess it is going to demonstrate some things, but you know what? Let's give it a listen. Let's give it a listen real quick. Let's just go ahead and give it a listen. We don't need the background music. We'll go ahead and give it a listen and see what they say.
New customization options on offense, and all new pro play.
Enhanced rhythm shooting. Mike Wang to break down this year's new game.
Okay, so there is definitely does need to be listened to.
Today, we'll discuss the new Pro Play motion engine, enhanced rhythm shooting, and other advanced controls. Now let's get to it.
This may be a relatively long video because I'm going to be going through everything, just so y'all know.
More authenticity than ever before through advancements in rhythm shooting, new customization options on offense, an all-new dynamic motion engine, and much more.
Pro Play motion engine. This is a good thing, I hope.
26, Pro Play powers the all-new dynamic motion engine, using machine learning technology to make your actions feel more lifelike and realistic. Dynamic lower body pose matching.
I feel like that doesn't mean anything.
Positioning of players' legs and feet on the fly to remove the skating seen in past games and ensure that players launch, plant, and cut realistically. This is the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21, offering a fresh and authentic feeling every time you step on the court.
And that's the same year I made it to the league.
What does that mean, though? Honestly. Oh, there's actual gameplay. Hold on.
That's the same year I made it to the league. It's wild.
Pure green window. There it is.
To see how gameplay's evolved the last couple of years.
This is interesting.
Take advantage of the rhythm shooting mechanic. We'll notice more responsive and authentic jump shots that simulate a true shooting motion. We really wanted to emphasize creating a skill-based environment in 2K26.
That sounds good.
With competition for a more rewarding experience. This renewed focus will be felt across multiple gameplay features, from shot outcomes to successful blocks and steals, and loose balls and rebounds.
As a shooter, that sounds awesome. But what about potential changes to
exactly? What does that mean, though? You know what I'm saying? They're saying there's changes to rhythm shooting, but what does that really mean? They did go into it more in the blog, so we'll look at the blog. This is a very, very like cursory look at it.
Will now be able to leverage all new
so there's go-to moves in the post.
By holding up on the shot stick while in the post.
Interesting. That could be good. There might be some good animations there. This is gonna be very animation based. Some of the go-to shots will be terrible and some will be pretty good. Last year, I don't feel like the go-to shots became very meta, except maybe some in Park because they just weren't that good. But maybe a couple of these will become a little bit meta for people who at least shoot post moves and stuff.
With your back to the basket is a lost art, but those who are able to
yeah, it's a lost art because it's not as efficient.
Master it can take advantage in the paint.
They would have to turn down the way contests are in the paint. We'll see how what they do with the contest system, but I don't think paint basketball is going to be the meta regardless when it comes to a competitive style of gameplay. But if you enjoy posting up, this looks like it'll give you a little more versatility in terms of the moves you do. I don't care about custom layup packages, to be totally honest.
Limited by a single signature layup package, but this year players can draw inspiration from around the league to mix and match standard layups, floaters, quick scoops.
So they're gonna have like 6 different layup packages, basically, is what that means. It doesn't actually mean much, to be honest.
Euro steps, hop steps, and spins, and determine exactly how they want to finish around the rim.
You could already do those things. You could already trigger a hop step or a floater or a Euro step or whatever other things that they said. Like, you could already do that. So I don't know what's special about them. I guess there's new specific animations for those things is the change.
2K26 uses system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previously scripted motion-captured animations.
It was definitely scripted, I'll say that.
Coupled with new dynamic motion, this change improves the freedom of authentic movement for both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Interior defenses.
Okay, one thing I do want to note here, it says natural body bumps. Hopefully that is the case, because the way that the body bump stuff has been the last couple of years, it's been so like clunky, but you bump into a player and all of a sudden you're stuck and you can't do anything for 2 seconds. Like you try to pass the ball, but you get sucked into these bump animations that cause your player to stumble out of bounds or just stumble, and by the time that you're trying to throw a pass, it's not open anymore because it took you 2 seconds to throw the pass and the defense rotated. Like just things like that that could be fixed by this potentially if this natural body bumping and stuff and the free-flowing collisions actually works as intended. Will it? I have no idea. Again, we don't have any actual, it'd be nice to see like actual gameplay from like a visual perspective, not just these cinematic shots, to kind of explain this stuff better. But at the same time, I hope that it works as intended.
For both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Interior defense has also been redesigned so that it's easier to put a body on shooters when they're finishing around the rim and make body-to-body contact in the air. And bigs will feel increased physicality when roaming in the paint.
How can all of these things all be increased? You have increased offensive ability, but you also have increased bigs are going to feel better. Like what? Are they saying mashing's not going to be a big thing this year? I don't really know, honestly.
Last but
Advanced
not least,
controls.
we've
This
added
is
some
going to be
new
interesting.
Offensive controls to give players a more intuitive, deliberate, and free-flowing experience.
That's
Ball handlers can now shield themselves. There's a more intuitive.
okay. So he was shielding himself. That's what he was doing.
Some new offensive controls to give players a more intuitive.
So that's the shield animation right there. Yes.
Deliberate and free-flowing experience. Ball handlers can now shield themselves from steals by reacting with the quick.
I mean, that's good with I don't know.
Quick Protect mechanic. The introduction of Quick Protect will bring more balance
Quick
and lead to more
Protect.
skill-based outcomes. You can even use it to put defenders in jail, just like Luka and other strong guards love.
Actually, being able to do the Quick Protect to like create a crab could be really nice. Actually, that Quick Protect might low-key be a really good move for creating crabs.
For spot-up shooters, you can use the new Quick Shot feature by holding the left trigger on Catch and Shoot Shot.
That's interesting. Speed up your
This will
jumper.
skip the dip and allow you to get your shots off super quick like Klay Thompson.
That's a neat feature. I'm not gonna lie. That is neat. I wonder how that will work with like players coming off of screens and stuff, but that could make some plays and stuff a little bit more viable, to be totally honest. But also it just makes it better to have guys with quick jumpers on the wing, because you're going to be able to get shots off quicker than ever, basically, because of that. That might be a really important mechanic to get good at, to be totally honest. I don't think it sounds very complicated, but I feel like that might, we'll see if it's effective, but if it is, that could be really neat.
Slashers now have access to slow motion Euro step gathers.
Slow motion Euro step. Oh yeah, the slowdown, that's for sure.
This will help you navigate through the paint and around defenders by decelerating to throw defenders off and create space with.
Yeah, decel has become very popular in the NBA, so it's cool to see them implement that some.
Slow-mo finish. And finally, another highly requested feature is the ability to force wrap
Brandon
passes,
Miller's jumpers looks
which
good.
will allow you to feed the corner three or thread the needle to a cutting teammate and
A
avoid
wrap
defenders
pass.
playing the passing lanes.
How do you trigger that? I guess there will be a specific input to passing to trigger a wrap pass, but honestly, that is still nice. I would like to be able to throw a wraparound bounce pass to a slipping big or something like that and avoid the big in front, where if you throw it in the air, it's going to get stolen. Like, I think that might be useful. It might also be something that gets tipped a lot and is kind of clunky and hard to use effectively. We'll see.
As a big-time 2K fan, I can't wait to get my hands on 2K26 and experience these all-new features
We know you're there paying you, Tyrese. It's okay.
for myself.
Gameplay in NBA 2K26 has taken a giant leap forward with more personalization and variety, faster pace, and more skill-based gameplay.
Faster pace sounds
Whether you're
good.
a new player or a veteran like me, everyone.
I don't know. None of the actual gameplay they showed really shows much of anything. We saw a couple of jumpers, and that's about it. Like, I feel like there was very limited actual intel in the videos that are like from the actual gameplay perspective and aren't cinematics.
NBA 2K26.
Also, Halliburton's jumper looks like it still stinks, but we'll see. Some of these jumpers do look smoother. Like Clay's jumper looks awesome, but it always is good.
Superstar or Leave No Doubt edition today. And hit
All right, so let's get back into breaking down the rest of the blog and actually read through everything individually here. This is, like I said, going to be a pretty long video. So that honestly, I don't feel like this video showed a lot, but I hope that this blog is going to be a little bit more specific in terms of what we have to see. So the new motion engine is the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21. Okay. It sounds like the dribble engine is going to be the same as 2K25. So the dribbling system itself will be mostly the same with a couple of new additions and things, it sounds like. But this doesn't, I mean, a faster game speed is something they mentioned on the stream, but I don't know. This doesn't really give us a lot of information on what this really means. You know what I'm saying? Enhanced rhythm shooting. So they have tweaked rhythm shooting to where it now extends beyond mimicking each player's signature shooting animation. And it still relies on down up flicking motion with the shot stick, but now your shot timing and tempo will actually manipulate the shooter's upper body and impact how the shot looks throughout the complete motion by reflecting how you move the shot stick. From the start, you'll see and feel the difference between early, late, slow, and fast releases. If you flick up early and rush your shot, you can do quick releases. If you flick up late and slowly, you'll see the effect with a delayed pushing motion and lazier release. This enhanced feature grants more freedom than ever to decide what type of jump shot you want to take. Counter a closeout from a defender by initiating at a quick release and intentionally rushing your shot, and still knock it down by executing excellent rhythm shooting tempo. What does that mean? Does that mean that the timing almost doesn't matter? Because you can just speed up or slow down your... This is going to be interesting, because how is that going to... Are you going to have like multiple shot timings? Like you have a quick shot timing, a slow shot timing, and a regular shot timing that you can time? Nobody's going to want to do the slow shot timing. You don't want slow shots, but quick shots, like you could initiate a quick release. Is that going to be harder to green? Is the green timing on it going to be different on the actual tempo? Like, what does that mean? Again, these are the questions that I think it'd be nice to have more information on what that really means, but it sounds as though rhythm shooting is going to be the way to shoot more than ever. So if you haven't learned rhythm shooting yet, I would recommend it, because it looks like you're going to want to know it in 2K26. Offense. Gameplay has been improved to be more well-rounded and suitable for all archetypes. Green or miss shot timing will be universal in NBA 2K26. This means on higher difficulties, only excellent timing green shots go in. However, shot timing windows scale by difficulty would be less forgiving in competitive modes like Proving Grounds and Pro-Am, but more forgiving in team control modes like My Team, where you have to adapt to different shot animations. I guess that means we're gonna have bigger green windows in My Team than we do in Proving Grounds and Pro-Am, I guess. Layup timing is permanently enabled. That's good. We don't need real player percentage for layup time, but I think they already told us that. But that's good. I like that. I like green or miss being in every mode. It sounds like even My Team, every mode's gonna have green or miss, but the green windows in My Team are gonna be bigger than they are in like Proving Grounds or Pro-Am. I hope in King of the Court specifically, the green windows are smaller to a little bit more emphasize skill-based shooting, but I'm hoping that this also means that RNG shooting is gone, as in there's going to be, you're not going to be missing just because you've made 4 shots in a row, which would be nice for sure. So signature go-to push shots or post shots, they already talked about that in the video. It's cool that that's a new thing. Just holding right stick up in the post will trigger a signature go-to post shot. That'll be neat for some people. I don't think that's something that I'm going to be using too much. Custom layups. Again, you're going to have all these different layup types with normal and reverse layups, floaters, quick steps, quick scoops, euro steps, hop steps, spins, a bunch of different animations, which is kind of neat. I guess it's just a new set of animations. You'll have different, more euro step options and quick scoops and things like that that'll look different. So that's kind of neat. I don't think it matters that much, but it is kind of cool for a little bit more, I guess, realism for the people out there who are looking for that specifically. Defensively, body ups and collisions. It says they're using system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previously scripted motion capture animations. Coupled with new dynamic motion, this change improves the freedom of movement for both the dribbler and the on-ball defender. What does that mean? I have no idea. Those words don't mean anything to me. We'll see if bumps and just the way that the game plays is less clunky than it has been the last couple of years. That's what I'm hoping for. They're talking about this freedom of movement and the smoother, more dynamic motion system. Like, whatever that means, I just want the gameplay to feel smoother and be more precise, be more responsive, and less clunky. That's really what I'm asking for when it comes to movement. Interior defense has been redesigned so it's easier to get strong body bumps in the air when contesting finishes at the rim. So it sounds like layups are going to be worse than they already are, and they're already not that good, if that's the case. So it's still dunks and threes, unsurprisingly. New rebound timing. You have to time your rebound? What? Okay. In NBA 2K26, a green meter will flash beneath your player's feet to indicate a well-timed rebound attempt. The ideal time to jump for a rebound is just before the ball makes its final bounce off the rim, and higher rebounding attribute ratings will make it easier to nail your timing. Excellent timings can significantly boost your chances of securing the board. All right, got to get good at rebounding, I guess. That'll be an intuitive thing, but I mean, you already try to time your jump for the rebound at the right time, right? Like, that's not really so different. It sounds kind of dumb, but I don't actually think it'll make a huge difference. As long as it doesn't, like, one person greens their rebound timing and the other person doesn't, but the other person has box on the person outside, they should still get the rebound, right? It's like if they manually boxed out and have inside position, and they should get the board. They shouldn't just get absolutely thrown out of the way because the other person greened the rebound and they get like a way better animation. I don't know how that's gonna work. We'll see. But hopefully it doesn't like screw up rebounding too much. But I don't think it'll make that. I doubt it makes that big of a difference. This is, I guess, an additional way they're trying to induce more skill. I'm not sure there's that much of a skill difference based on when you tap Y. This to me feels a little bit unnecessary, in my opinion, to be honest. I hope it doesn't mess things up because I don't think it fixes anything. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all think I'm wrong, but I'm not sure this actually fixes something that anybody's asking for. So I don't really know. Control. Dictate every facet of the game with new and revamped controls for a more intuitive, deliberate, and free-flowing experience. So they talked about the oh, well, there you go. Overall game speed is now sped up. It says right here, overall game speed is now sped up to reward players with faster decision making, who could read the court, anticipate their opponent, and react quicker. That's good. Faster game means more offense, and that's fun, in my opinion. So if you tap left trigger, you will initiate quick protect movements that shield the ball and evade steals. If you see a defender reaching for a steal and react quickly enough with a quick protect, you can counter it. This balances the steal system by introducing more skill-based outcomes. I don't think the steal system has ever been very optimized, so maybe this will help. We'll see. You can also use the quick protect while driving to the rim to put your defenders in a compromising position. I think where it'll be really useful is when you beat like a press up the court, or you're in a fast break or something, and you use it to crab a defender. I think it could be really, really good, because look at the slide animation that Luka gets here. If he is, let's say, in front of a defender and you're dribbling with the right hand, and then you hit left trigger and he like slides backwards and moves the ball into his left hand, and you can shoot off of that and you could like crab a defender with that move, that could be really, really clean. I could see that being a really effective move in the front court, or in the on the fast break against a press, when you just get a defender in front of you, all that type of stuff. We'll see, but it seems interesting is what I will say. No dip catch and shoots. All you got to do is hold the left trigger while receiving a pass to square up, catch the ball high, and seamlessly transition directly into your shooting motion and rhythm to get the shot up quickly. Will this work in my team? It says when receiving a pass, so that sounds like you have to be clicked onto the player who's catching the pass. So it almost feels like that might not even be a my team specific thing. That might be a like other mode specific thing, because you're not clicked onto the player who is shooting the ball, who's getting the ball passed to them in my team until they catch the ball, basically. So maybe in player lock it'll work, but in non-player lock, will this even work in my team? I hope it does, because I think it could be neat. It certainly, I think, will improve the viability of some different styles of offense a little bit, but it's also something that I think a lot of people will use quite a lot. If it just speeds up your jumper with no penalty, I don't know. If there's no penalty, this could become the meta for sure, to just get your shot off faster, and every single catch and shoot you do the no dip catch and shoot. There's revamped signature size ups. You can rock the pro stick back and forth, left and right, or repeatedly flick it up to execute 2 different size up combinations. These size up will help you create separation from your defender while retaining the realistic look provided by pro play. I just hope this makes it a little bit easier to chain. I'm just hoping dribble moves in general chain together better than they have in the past. But okay. Slow motion Euro step. So after initiating a Euro step, you can hold the left trigger at any point to deliberately decelerate mid-move to throw defenders off and create space with a slow motion drag step finish. Slither through the lane and just control the pace to send defenders careening past you. I wonder if this will work at all against an off-ball defender, because if it does, that could be really good. If it doesn't, it almost doesn't matter in my team. Because, like, yeah, I guess against somebody who's a CPU or an on-ball defender, the change of speed might be helpful. Against a CPU, it might not be. You know what I mean? And I do wonder how effective this will be in my team. Like, this is something that, if it works properly, could be kind of neat in 5v5 gameplay. But It also might just be very ineffective and make it easier to contest you with other defenders and stuff, and might not be very effective at all. We'll really have to see. At the end of the day, it's a video game, so it'll be interesting. We'll see. Wrap passes. If you double tap B or circle, this will throw a wrap pass, which will allow you to get some certain wraparound passes I think will be helpful against in pick and roll and stuff. Again, how often will they actually be used and how useful will they really be? That I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Catching an alley-oop requires more skill now. Once the pass is thrown, the finish button for the receiver will be randomized on higher difficulties to one of the 4 face buttons on your controller instead of always being square/X. Alley-oops already aren't very good in terms of like the actual meta of the game. People don't throw a lot of alley-oops because they're very RNG and there's no guarantee that they work effectively. So they don't get thrown a ton. Making them harder isn't going to make them even more obsolete. I don't expect alley-oops to be a big part of the game next year outside of like showboating and front bunting. That's when generally people throw alley-oops. That's about it though. Like I don't think they're going to be a part of the meta at all if this is the way they're going to work. Because while this isn't going to make it that much harder, I don't think. And I mean, I still think reaction time wise, it shouldn't be too bad to be able to get this done. It just makes alley-oops even harder to trigger, and they already weren't that good. So that's probably not ideal. Setting screens. Screeners can now control which way you want to face. Tapping the left stick slightly left or right from the direction you are currently screening will turn your player 45 degrees, and tapping the left stick in the opposite direction, you will turn your player 180 degrees. So it basically just allows you to get a little bit more creative with your screening. Now, this sounds like it's something you can only do if you're player controlling the screener. So again, in my team, this may not do anything. You know what I mean? Because I don't think you're going to be able to control the screener when you call for a pick and roll. So again, in a team control mode, I'm not sure how effective this is. In player control, it's neat. It allows big men and rec and stuff like that to be more creative with their screening and more precise with their screening as well, which is something that I think is neat. That being said, I don't know if it matters that much for us as my team players. Enjoy enhanced AI that adapts strategically to your every move, regardless of whether you're on offense or defense. Drive and kick intelligence. Offensive AI are now equipped with a new intelligence model that enables them to actively look for scoring opportunities through drive and kick plays to generate offense completely outside of regular plays. This module helps the AI understand defender rotations to locate the open man and chain together drive and catch opportunities. This also helps the AI locate receivers in pick and fade situations. With this, NBA 2K26 features 3-phase offensive AI that can attack through plays, freelance, or driving kicks, or a combination of all 3, I guess. Help defense can now dynamically adjust based on both the off-ball defensive pressure you've assigned and the position of the basketball in relation to the basket. So your off-ball AI defenders can help on drives in the paint more consistently. As the ball gets close to the basket, defenders will now be affected by the gravity of the ball and adjust their positioning to help recreate collapsing NBA defenses to protect the paint and then recover back out to shooters. As long as I could turn my help defense off in my team, I don't care about this at all. I don't want my players helping off of the corners or the hashers or anything else without me doing it personally. I just don't want them to do it. You know what I mean? Because then if they do it randomly, then that's gonna mess up my rotations. It's not gonna help my defense. I personally don't think it. I don't want help defense for myself. I just want to be able to turn it off. For those people who want a simulation style and want their CPUs to play defense for them to a certain extent, maybe okay. But for me, I don't want to. I want to control what I'm doing defensively. So for me, this isn't something that I don't know if this improves anything for me, honestly. I hope I could just turn it off. But these improvements work in tandem with the improved drive and kick intelligence and complement each other to create a secondary level of ball movement that gives you opportunities to attack closeouts on defense and make the second or third pass on offense. Okay, so it sounds like dribble penetration might just make the defense collapse more next year against the CPU, and that could be helpful. For like easy grinding of challenges and stuff. My Player Freelance Engine. When playing as your My Player, your AI teammates will now consider your position on the court even when you don't have the ball, which helps them determine floor spacing outside of plays and isolations. Together with the improved drive and kick intelligence, your AI teammates will find you off ball more consistently when penetrating or run a pick and roll action with you. This allows for a new set of quick plays that can be called by you when playing off ball to alert your AI teammates to scoring opportunities. For example, you can alert your team's ball handler that you're coming to set a screen with them, or call quick post up and floppy actions for yourself. Okay, cool. This is for my player stuff, but I guess it gives you a little more control when you're playing just like my player against the CPU or whatever. Improved double team defensive logic in NBA 2K26 has been improved to better track moving targets. AI will identify dangerous players more effectively, better anticipate when to send a double team, close that more intelligently. So the AI is just gonna be double teaming at random? They better not do that on my team. Navigating screens. AI defenders now have improved logic to choose the best route around screens and obstacles on the court. You'll notice more decisive positioning and movement to go over, under, and through the screen depending on your strategy. Interesting. Hopefully that doesn't make off-ball better. If CPUs are getting through screens even better, that's probably not a great thing. Playbooks have been expanded to hold up to 80 plays. Wow, that is a lot of plays. For people who like plays, that's sick. I'm not a big play runner, but that is cool. AI difficulty improvements. 10 new variables have been added to even more effectively differentiate the AI's abilities across lower and higher difficulties, including awareness of help rotations, speed at which help defense will commit once called for, how quickly defenders can recognize when a pass was initiated to react for pass lane steal opportunities, and more. So this is intended to basically make the AI play better on higher difficulties and worse on lower difficulties. This I guess just makes it more precise in terms of like a harder difficulty will feel harder and a lower difficulty will feel easier, which I guess is fine as long as this doesn't affect, like if my CPU AI is cracked on Hall of Fame and my CPU defensive AI is terrible on online versus like or whatever they have Showdown on next year, that could be not great in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because if my players play worse on lower difficulties, that'll be frustrating. Now, if this is just the other team's AIs, like the CPU AI, and not my non-controlled player AI and my opponent's non-controlled player AI, like hopefully it doesn't apply to those because I don't think those need to change regardless of difficulty in my opinion. AI shot timing ability. In play now in my NBA, a new AI/CPU slider called shot timing ability allows you to separately adjust how skilled AIs are at timing jump shots and layups. This is more effective than previous shooting sliders and leads to more expected results without impacting the AI's intelligence in other areas, so you can fine tune and customize your spirits. I guess this is just a new slider basically. So that's cool for people who care about that. Learn 2K has a new intermediate tutorial that bridges the gap between existing tutorials and drills between beginner and advanced stuff. You'll learn about different layups and dunks, how to execute simple plays like pick and roll, and more. Learn 2K is the best place to grow your 2K skills. I think playing the game online is the best place to grow your 2K skills personally if you already earn, but if you don't know the information in the first place, Learn 2K is a good place to get it. I will say that. Gameplay in 2K26 is intended to feel smoother, faster, and more seamless than ever before. In the next Courtside Report, we'll dive into this year's presentation enhancements and how they complement the gameplay for all-encompassing, authentic immersion. If you missed the roadmap Courtside Report, be sure to check it out to see all the key feature dates leading up to early access on August 29th. Get up to 7 days of early access when you pre-order the Superstar Leave No Doubt edition. Yada, 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 yada. All right, well, let's take a look at the roadmap Courtside Report one more time just so we can see when we're getting other stuff. The My Player Builder information will be August 4th. My team will be August 11th, that week anyway. If they do it like they did with this week, the week of July 28th is... that's a Monday, obviously, but it came out on Thursday, July 31st. So I assume we'll see Thursday, August 7th for the My Player Builder, and then likely Thursday, August 14th for the My Team information. And then after that, we're getting My Career stuff on August 18th, as well as My NBA stuff on August 18th, and the city reveal the week of August 25th. Now the game comes out on the 29th, so they're really going to reveal this on the 28th, day before the game comes out? I doubt it. That being said, we will have to see what comes next and how this looks. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below, though, if y'all think this gameplay stuff looks good or bad. Honestly, none of this stuff really to me is I don't know. I'm gonna have to get my hands on it first. You know what I mean? I don't know. A lot of this feels like just them saying things that don't really mean a lot, but I will say at its core, a smoother, faster, more precise gameplay system that it sounds like is the goal is a good thing. And hopefully at the end of the day, more than anything else, it's just more fun to play. Because at the end of the day, there are going to be flaws. There are always going to be flaws. It's how video games are. It's how 2K is. That's okay. That being said, hopefully those flaws, number one, get improved upon as the year goes on and not overfixed. Number two, hopefully it's just fun to play, even if it is flawed. Just a faster, more fun game would be an improvement, you know what I mean? And I just hope there's more precision to quick stopping and dribbling and creating space and off balls less good and stuff like that. Like there are some changes there that I hope are to see improved upon as well. So with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Sorry for the very long video, but I appreciate y'all for watching, especially if you watched to the end. I will be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.